What's happening? Landlord from Alabama here, back with another video. And today, man, we finna talk about DeMarcus Lawrence. See, everybody talking bad, but you can take this to the bank. Next year, I don't see nobody stopping Tank. Let's go. Okay, I've been seeing a lot of D-Law slander here and there and everywhere as of late, but I'm here to put all the naysayers to bed, put all the non-believers to sleep. It's night-night, put them to bed, get them a blanket. But first and foremost, I want to address all the people that go run straight to the stat sheet and think that's the end all be all, just a few numbers. But I'm here to tell you that the game of football is played on the field, not on paper. Now I know what you're thinking. We paid him to go get sacks, not stop the run. Yeah, stop it. See, I'ma just assume that you the type of person that likes a job halfway done. See, you the type of guy that'll go to the barber shop, pay for a haircut, and he just cut your hair and don't line you up. You the type of guy that go to the hospital for a surgery, let the doctor open you up, fix what's wrong, and just leave the wound open. And you like, I'm good, doc. You just gonna bleed out. Because that's the type of buffoonery I get from people when I hear them praising one half of a job. Matter of fact, I'ma just be done with half of the video. Like, 1K, one love. You get what I'm saying? We don't like half-done jobs in no other aspect of life, but we want to praise people that only get sacks and dog people who do both. The position of defensive end consists of more than just getting sacks. It consists of getting pressure and setting the edge, keeping containment so the run won't get too outside of you. But you do need to consistently get pressure on the quarterback, which DeMarcus Lawrence does. This helps your defense tremendously. This is something that the offense has to keep in mind. That's a threat that they have to worry about. And that's exactly what DeMarcus Lawrence does. And that's why he's one of the more double-team players we have in this league today. So with that being said, Dan Quinn understands the type of attention that DeMarcus Lawrence demands. So why would he not put that in his game plan? He knows that DeMarcus Lawrence is gonna demand double teams, so he put that in his scheme. Sometimes he has to sacrifice some of his production for the betterment of other people's production, and that be by design most of the time. A lot of times you might see DeMarcus Lawrence do a stunt and go on the outside and let somebody eat on the inside. It's a big reason why a lot of people who play alongside DeMarcus Lawrence have high sack numbers, like Randy Gregory and Robert Quinn. When you play alongside D-Law, you have a big time year in sacks. That's basically automatic. But granted, we would like, in a perfect world with sunshine and rainbows and, you know, ice cream, that DeMarcus Lawrence get a few more sacks. But in my opinion, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end all be all, because he does impact the game in so many other ways. I know a lot of people have a short attention span these days, and you know, they don't want to watch the film. They only watch the game one time when they pretty much wasted. And a lot of people like to run to the shiny things, but you know what they say, everything that glitter isn't gold. D-Law has sacrificed a lot of his production for the betterment of the team in the last few years. Then on top of that, he's consistently been one of the better defensive ends in the league. You can look at the very small sample size that he did last year. He got hurt in the first game and nearly missed 3 months. But about time he came back, DeMarcus Lawrence's impact was felt. He made some noise. He made sure that everybody knew he was back. He made big impact plays game after game, and everybody was glad D-Law was back. He gave us that extra boost that we needed. In just 8 games, he had a total of 21 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 5 passes defensed, an interception, and a touchdown. Now, you just can't sit up here and tell me that wasn't a lot of production, a lot of big plays out of a limited year and coming off an injury. I know a lot of people want to hang D-Law for his lack of sack production in the last few years, but I would argue that D-Law is not just a pass rusher. He's a complete defensive end. He does have sacks, but he does also stop the run. He's a complete player. He's also a vocal and emotional leader on and off of the field. He's basically a glue guy. He's one of the players that helps this defense out a lot in a bunch of different ways and many different aspects. Even though a lot of fickle Cowboy fans don't consider him one of the top defensive ends anymore, but obviously a lot of these offenses that we go up against still consider him one of the best because they surely double team him like he is. So they're obviously putting him in the game plan. It's a lot of analytics that even back up that he's one of the premier defensive ends. He's one of the top D ends in pressure rate. He's one of the top in win percentage. He's one of the best against the run. And that's basically like, what else do you want him to do? Of course, you want to see more splash plays, more big impact plays, but he is very consistent on his pressures. Mr. Euro Step always delivers. He always be after the quarterback. He's relentless. You never see him take plays off. That's exactly the lunch pill type of guy that you need on your defense. So just because you don't see him with 57 sacks a year doesn't mean he's not one of the top tier, one of the upper echelon defensive ends in this league. And I believe this year coming up in 2022, this will be one of the first years that defenses won't be able to solely focus on just DeMarcus Lawrence. They have a lot more to be accounted for. They have the rookie defensive player of the year and Micah Parsons, the young lion. They have to game plan for him. And we have people like Dante Fowler, Dorrance Armstrong, Sam Williams. It's a lot more things that you have to be accountable for when you're going up against this defense. So they just can't double team Tank all game. They just can't game plan and concentrate on him alone all game. So that will open up some one-on-ones for D-Law, and I believe he is going to eat like crazy. You know D-Law plays with a chip on his shoulder. He's one of those players that will get offended just for offenses thinking that they can just block him with one player, one tight end, one offensive tackle. D-Law is going to be hungry and aggressive, and he is going to play like a man possessed, trying to get that sack lead back from Micah Parsons. Now he got some dogs with him. Now he got some goblins, some goons, some more gangsters that's going to run with him and cause carnage and havoc for these offenses. And I believe this year, the second year under DQ, I believe he's finally gonna let it fly. He gonna take the training wheels off. He's gonna put some more complex, more diverse, more nefarious type defensive schemes together for this defense. I'm pretty sure he was taking it slow on some of the complex schemes he wanted to run last year just so they could be solid, but now he can implement a lot more different, crazy, exotic type blitzes and packages, and I just can't wait. This defense is gonna be insane. I am already drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm basically a Dan Stan at this point. I just have to admit, I'm just super excited about this defense. So be on the lookout. Don't be too surprised with Tank being up against some more one-on-ones that he returned to the double-digit sack club. I can see that happening. Call me crazy if you want. Call me a homer. I feel like D-Law will assert himself back into one of the more dominant defensive ends in the league as a pass rusher, not just a complete player. I believe he's gonna have an uptick in sacks. All he have to do is just stay healthy. But that's all I got for you today, man. Just holla at your boy, Landlord from Alabama, with the same handle on all social media. And like I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.